We're getting a message, documents and letters and contracts about, and it has to do with things that we're really emotionally invested in with that fourth house energy of home, family, and real estate. All right, Aquarius rising, those with their moons in Aquarius. Welcome to May. It's Taurus season from April 19th to May 19th. And hey, I'm an Aquarius too, so I always like when we get to the Aquarius horoscopes. Woohoo! So for your reading today, we will be looking at our cards, the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand and the Power of 8 Chakra Oracle. They do come as a set. If you're interested, just check out my website, www.themoontree.org. All right, so we will be looking at those, and we'll be pulling from some guest tarot decks as well. And of course, we're going to be looking at our astrology. So let's start there. Well, Aquarius, this Taurus season is all about our real estate, our home, our family. What's funny is, I told you I'm an Aquarius. I am leaving to go see my parents, so where I grew up. So that'll be interesting, you know? So yeah, it's definitely a lot about your home, family, real estate. Some of you Aquarians too, especially Aquarius rising, might be considering moving or doing something within the home. Maybe it's renovating, things like that. The fourth house can sometimes be about our pets too. I know a lot of astrologers say it's sixth house, but I find it's more often in the fourth house with the pets, like our cats and dogs. So it could be something about our animals. And then the sixth house, by the way, you know, is a lot about the other kind of animals, like livestock, like goats and chickens would be more sixth house. Okay, just putting it out there in case you care. But in any case, fourth house, yeah. So lots of deeper feelings about, I think that it would be quite the Six of Cups in Tarot kind of moment where we're thinking about the past, we're reminiscing. Fourth house can be deep and like that, about thinking of the past, you know. But definitely a lot about the home, family, real estate. Could be some real estate transactions for some of you Aquarians. So that should be quite interesting. I do look at what Saturn's doing in our charts because Saturn rules us in traditional astrology, right? Saturn runs Capricorn and Aquarius. Saturn's in our second house of the money and the self-worth. So, you know, I think that a lot of us Aquarians are really working on our money, our finances, and our self-worth too. You know, am I good enough to charge more? You know, working on my business, streamlining it, all sorts of stuff like that. And just working with the budget maybe, and working with the finances a little closer, being friends with your money again and your debt, and working on paying it off, all that kind of stuff too. So for some of you, it could be a mix between the housing and the money. Like some of you is like, oh, my landlord just boosted the rent, I need to find a new place to live. Or, oh, my landlord sold the house, I gotta find a new place to live, right? If you were renting. And so for some of you Aquarians, it might be it's time to purchase a long-term home, right? Buying a new house. That could definitely be in the mix. Then we get the full moon on May 12th in Scorpio. It's kind of a deep full moon for everybody, right? The full moon is kind of a culmination of energy. It's like an ending almost. It's like where everything's really vibrant and illuminated by the moon. And for us Aquarians, that's happening in our 10th house of our fame, recognition. It could be illuminating something in our career, right? For some of us, it could be ending working out there so that I can start working from home more. Fourth house of home and family, right? Fourth and 10th house are on the same line. So there's something to do with the career and the home and the balance there. It could be illuminating our fame. Like Aquarians could be a little more famous, you know, on that full moon week, or more recognized for the mark you make in the world, or it's illuminating something within you to do more, be more. That reminds me of some old army commercial. Be more. Or I can't remember how it went. Anyway, sorry, it just came to my mind. Okay, so next we look at what's Mars doing, because I'm feeling like Mars is doing a lot for everybody lately. And it's pretty hot and fiery in Leo. You know, Mars is a hot planet. Leo is a hot, zodiac sign. Fiery. I think there's a lot of extra energy with Mars in Leo. And Mars in Leo itself wants to be seen, heard, recognized. With Mars in Leo, that's in our 7th house of our one-on-one spousal relationships. Our wife, our husband, our long-term boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And also, 7th house is a lot about contracts and commitments. So it could be real estate contracts and commitments. Could be a big thing here. And it could be about, your long-term relationship. There could be a lot of energy with Mars in Leo in you doing more one-on-ones rather than group things, working more one-on-one clients, for example. Because the 7th house is very sort of this relationship of two people or contracts or commitments, that kind of vibe. So Mars is bringing a lot of energy there for us. It could be about forging new contracts about the house or about something at work. So that should be interesting. And because this is such a general reading for everybody, and our charts are also very different, that's why it can mean a lot of different things, right? So you have to sort of pinpoint which one it means for you, right? Out of all those things, out of those options I'm giving you. Next, we can look at Venus. What's Venus doing? The planet of love, money, beauty, the things we love. And it's in Aries all month. So Venus is bringing us some good vibes when it comes to our 3rd house of communications. We could be very good at communicating with others, with branding, with marketing. So, for example, if you were selling your house, Aquarius, this would be a good month where you're more like Venus is bringing you energy and marketing and selling it faster, for example. The 3rd house can also be about community. So getting out in the community more, right? Mingling, marketing your stuff within the community. A lot of times as business owners, online business owners, I should say, we're always focused on, the world and marketing everywhere and overseas and all sorts of places and Facebook groups and these places. But we sometimes forget about our own community, our own town, to market ourselves and brand ourselves. So that could be a good thing too. And another thing too with this home and real estate, with the 3rd house communications and community, this could be a good time for a garage sale, Aquarius, okay? I got to keep that in mind because we need to have a garage sale at my house. So from April 19th to May 19th is a very, very good time, Aquarius, to have a garage sale and make some money, which pleases Saturn. And also, working, doing things within the home and beautifying the home, which pleases Venus. I mean, a garage sale could please a lot of the planets in the cosmos, just putting it out there. I got to really remember that in my own brain. Garage sale, April 19th to May 19th. Good window for it. Okay. And I like to look at Uranus too for us Aquarians, because in modern astrology, Uranus rules us that electricity, right? The energy, all that. So Uranus is also in the 4th house of home and family and real estate too. So it's really showing us a lot about that. So we'll see. All right, now let's go to the card. So we'll pull from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand first. Okay. Knock, knock, knock. It's there. Okay, Spirit, we'd like to know for Aquarius in May. What should we know in our highest good? All right. Commitment. So yeah, that's talking about Mars. You know what's funny? You can relate because lots of Aquarians are astrologers. Just you're born that way, okay? But listen, You know how Mars is in Leo? It seems like every card I pick for my readings here from Aries to Pisces, it's all about the Mars. That's why I'm thinking Mars is really doing, it has a lot of strength this month for everyone, right? It's really affecting. So we really have to look at what Mars is doing. Remember, Aquarius, I said this is in your 7th house of contracts and commitments. And that's exactly what this card is. The ring, commitments and contracts. So that's a big thing. Now, what kind of contracts, commitments, or what do we need to know about the contracts and commitments? Oh, we're getting a letter. So this can be, you know, a real estate transaction, papers, right? This letter is the messages in the paper form in some way, documents. So a new contract where we're going to sign on the dotted line maybe of some for something. And I know that everybody's different, so it'll be a, you know, a different contract, commitment. It could be marriage papers, getting married. Oh, speaking of marriage, like I pulled the feelings card. So let's recap, Aquarius, what the cards say. We're getting a message, documents and letters and contracts about, and it has to do with things that we're really emotionally invested in, with that 4th house energy of home, family, and real estate. So we're really invested in what's coming our way. We're going to sign on the dotted line about these new contracts, commitments, because the moon is the feelings card. It's the emotions. So that should be very interesting. And I'm also seeing the full moon, and that's May 12th. And May 12th is the 11th house of the people, our hopes and dreams, our wishes, our new networks. So new contracts and commitments, you know. I do know I have a few speaking engagements, speaking in front of audiences in May. So I'm not surprised if, for me as an Aquarius, that's what this could be. So that's interesting. So look out for those new opportunities, contracts, commitments. And with the Power of Age Chakra Oracle, we get I am secure, root chakra healing, being secure, grounding yourself, walking barefoot in the grass now that the snow's melted. Very good. That's why they call it the ground, because it's grounding your energy into the earth, right? And you can choose dark red stones if you like gemstone healing, right? Ruby, garnet, red jasper. But I like the black stones for the red root chakra, like the shungite and the black tourmaline and the onyx. I do like that. But I'm also getting smoky quartz. They just told me, don't forget smoky quartz. I just heard in my brain. So smoky quartz is a good one too for the grounding. And you can carry these stones in your pocket or in your bra, or sleep with them at the pillow, like sleep with them under the pillow, that kind of thing, to get the energy. And you know, when it comes to essential oils, which I love for a quick energy frequency boost, right? Cinnamon, sandalwood, anything from a tree. Very rooted and grounded, right? Anything from a tree. Cedar wood. Oh, there's one from doTERRA, because I love doTERRA essential oils. I feel like they're very expensive, but you can tell why when you smell them. You know. Anyways, arborovitae, one of my favorites. It smells like cedar, like someone just opened up a cedar tree. Different than cedar wood smell. This is a real cedar smell, you know. Wow, arborovitae. Yeah, if you want some of it, let me know, because I can order it for you under my doTERRA account. Just putting it out there. But yeah, so stuff like that. But I am secure in these new changes, because 10, right? 1 + 0 is reduced to 1, the beginning of the movie. So yeah, there is kind of a feeling of a new beginning, moving forward in something, Aquarius. And it does have to do with the home, family, real estate for sure. But I am secure in that journey. So that looks good. All right, now let's pull some guest star. We're going to pull from Poppy Palin's The Everyday Enchantment Tarot. Isn't that cute? Okay, we're going to pull from her deck first. All right, Poppy. Oh, I feel like I need to do another ring here. Bells clear the air. That's a good way to quickly clear. Okay, so we'll knock 3 times on the everyday enchantment tarot. Aquarius in May, what should we know? Oh, the Queen of Blades, or you could say the Queen of Swords. This is very Aquarius card. Where we use our intellect. We could be a little cold sometimes, or aloof, right? I'm a different kind of Aquarius because I have Cancer Moon and Cancer Rising, which balances out my aloofness of Aquarius, right? But just letting you know, this is about looking at the fine print too and using our analytical ways. While in the real estate and the work stuff that's going on in the new contracts and commitments, the pen is mightier than the sword just came to my mind too. So I'm thinking some of us will be signing stuff on the dotted line. This is a scientist. She's very analytical. You can tell. It's that kind of bird in the back. I don't know what that bird is, but it looks a little means business. The Queen of Blades, or the Queen of Swords in Tarot, is a very smart person, which I know, Aquarius, you are. Very hyper intelligent, super intelligent people. And we just have to remember the 4th house that we're in here. It concerns the heart. In fact, when I count, this heart chakra is the 4th chakra. So it's like not forgetting the heart, this brain stuff, mental stuff too. Okay? Okay, now let's pull from one of my recently favorite decks, the Tarot of the Enchanted Soul. Oh my gosh, this deck. Yasmin Westwood. I'm really loving it. I just did a review on my website about it. So good. Let's see what we could know for Aquarius. Oh, we got an Aquarius card again. The Star. This is a major arcana card. It's run by Aquarius, this card, the Star. This is your hopes, wishes, dreams. When you wish upon a star, right? There's hope, inspiration, calm, serenity. There's miracles are ready to happen. Healing. It's such a nice card to get. Another pink, which green runs the heart chakra, but so does pink. It's telling us don't forget our heart, our passions of life, and that don't be all up in here. But it's good to be analytical and brainy too, of course. But we gotta also listen to here, right? The heart. So the Star. Wishes, dreams. What are our wishes and dreams for the future? I think that we'll be thinking about our past with that 4th house activation. Thinking about our past, being nostalgic, and then thinking of the future and what our hopes and dreams are for that. So that looks good. All right, Aquarius, I hope you like that reading. And if you're not already, please come and be a part and join us in the Intuitive Collective. It's our private Facebook group where we talk about all things woo-woo, and it's so much fun. And it's going to be the place where I'm hosting the Intuitive Power Festival. So exciting. From April 29th to May 13th, a 14-day extravaganza where we'll have speakers speaking on to everyone and teaching us, things that we can use in practical life when it comes to card reading, astrology, all sorts of things. So I'm looking for speakers at this time. Speakers needed. So if you know anybody who is into intuitive stuff, or an intuitive leader or spiritual and wants to speak on a stage, in front of a global audience who actually want to listen to what you have to say. It's going to be a perfect venue to collaborate, network, meet new peeps who are, spiritual and intuitive and woo-woo like us. So great. It's going to be so fun. And if you know any speakers, let me know, or send them to the speak link I put in the description, okay? I put all the information for you in the description. And if anything, just come join the group and have fun in there. It'll be good times. All right. And if you want a reading, of course, come see me for a reading. I am booked up kind of into May and that, but it's at www.themoontree.org. And it's also where you can buy the cards and all sorts of goodies there as well. All right. I'm Trina, your intuitive guide from Peace River, Alberta in Canada, helping you navigate life's energies. And I'll see you in the next one.